Yo, what up? We're back. We're going to be doing the Day and White Contender Series video. And the first fight of the night on here is Brendan Allen taking on Aaron Jeffrey. And, yeah, I'm pretty surprised the first fight of the night. You know, Brendan Allen's a guy that's pretty experienced. He's been in a few LFA main events. And he even said that he's a little bit, I don't remember the exact word he said. I think he said disrespected that he wasn't the main event. But, yeah, I mean, he's only 23 years old, but he's been on the radar for a while. Like I said, he's fought guys like Trevin Giles, Eric Anders, Anthony Hernandez. And he's fallen short in all those fights, but they were close. He needs to finally break through here. And he's going to be taking on Aaron Jeffrey, who's 6-1. He's fighting out of Canada. And Jeffrey's fought much lesser competition. This is most likely going to be the toughest opponent he's ever fought in his career. And I haven't been able to watch Jeffrey's newer fights since going to 185, but from what I've seen, he's a grappler. He has decent boxing, lateral movement, but he's very open to be hit. He lacks head movement, doesn't really have full confidence in his strikes, and just uses them to clinch up. He has decent body locks, but his takedowns to me really aren't great. Brendan Allen, he's a veteran. He's headlined 5 LFA events, and to me, really, he's pretty solid. He has technical striking. He has power in his hands. He isn't the quickest guy, but he has good overall defense, and I just think he's much crisper with his boxing. Good jab, good hooks. He catches fighters as he's moving backwards with real nice left hooks. He knocked out Larry Crow really viciously that way. And when he goes forward, he's super aggressive. He'll crouch with hard punches, closes with nice knees to the body, to the head, and strong takedowns also. And, I think he should dominate here. From what I see, he needs to go forward, stay technical on the feet, maybe try to feint a little bit, draw out some counters. But I think he's going to be better as well if he just goes forward. And I think he could take him down, finish him on the ground also. Allen is a bit sloppy on the mat because he's very aggressive looking for submissions. He loves to take the back. Really good rear naked chokes. But I just think he's the bigger, more powerful guy here. He has 5 knockouts. He has 6 submissions, 5 rear naked chokes. He has been submitted once early in his career against Trevin Giles, but he's much more experienced, 14 fights. He's fought the better competition. Jeffrey has 7 fights, 4 KO TKOs, 1 submission, and he's never been finished. But I'm going with Brendan Allen here, and he's my most confident pick on the card. I think that he'll be too much here. I think he's either going to get the knockout in round 1 or get on top, get the rear naked choke. But I think Brendan Allen's going to go out there and get the first round finish, make a statement, and try to get a contract here. And up next here, we have a pretty good fight with Lance Lawrence. He's taking on Kevin Syler. And they're both undefeated. Sylar's fighting out of American top team. He's 8-0. Finished 7 out of his 8 wins. And he's more of a kicker. He's going to be the smaller fighter in this fight. Lance Lawrence, he's long, he's lanky. I guess I would say he's well-rounded, but he's definitely more of a grappler. I would say Lawrence has heavier hands than Sylar, but Sylar's much faster. He has nice straight punches, decent movement, good kicks. He can throw the kicks body, head. He has some variety in his kicks in terms of some, question mark kicks, spinning kicks. But, I think Sylar's going to want to try to get takedowns as well in this fight. He has a decent top game. He really isn't the greatest on top, though, in my opinion. He will look to take the back. He has an arm triangle submission in his career, but he has good takedown defense, and he will attack. He'll jump on guillotines, roll for leg locks. He usually is low output when he gets top position. He doesn't do a lot of ground and pound. But sometimes he will kind of turn up a little bit, rain down some heavy ground and pound. I have seen him finish some fights with it, but I would be surprised to see him finish Lawrence on the ground. Lance, he has a really nice jab, good straight punches, hooks, and he's mainly a grappler. He likes to use his reach to back opponents up with straight shots, front kicks, then try to clinch up. His kicks really aren't very good. I mean, he has some decent leg kicks, decent front kicks, but a little bit sloppy. He will throw some uppercuts in close range, but he's hittable, and he's very dangerous in a clinch. That's where he really is the best. He has really good chokes, very good front chokes. He'll jump on guillotines. He'll snap opponents down, go for darces. And he has a sick squeeze, I've seen him put multiple opponents to sleep with chokes. And he can end up on bottom because he's too aggressive going for him, but he has a good guard, nice triangle. And his takedowns in the clinch aren't bad, but he doesn't have the best wrestling. And he's pretty easy to take down, but he is dangerous to take down because of his chokes. And that's usually how he gets the top position is through, using a choke to sweep. But to me, this is a fairly close fight. I think that Sylar's faster, the better striker, maybe the better wrestler. And I think that Lawrence has a chance to get a submission. He's kind of a specialist, but I think Syler has the more likely chance to win. I think Syler is a better striking, more crisp, more technical, much faster. I think Lawrence is going to land some shots due to his length, and Syler keeps his hands down. He's a little hittable himself. Ultimately, though, I think the kicks, the punches will make it hard for Lawrence to get the clinch. I think that Syler can get takedowns with well-timed shots himself, but if he's winning the striking, I wouldn't really go for many takedowns. But my pick's going to be Kevin Sylar via decision here. Oh, man, I mean, up next here we kind of have like a big goof fight. I mean, two big goofs fighting, but, Dontel Mays, Ricardo Parasso, and Mays is getting his third opportunity here on the Dana White Contender Series. The first time he went on there, he was finished by Alan Crowder with ground and pound. Then he came back and he finished a guy with ground and pound in the second fight. He obviously is liked by the matchmakers to keep getting asked back, and with a good performance, I see him getting a contract. I don't know why else they would keep inviting him back. But he's a huge guy. He's 6'6", 81.5 inch reach. And he's actually very athletic. He kind of tries to fight like a small guy, which to me goes to his detriment. But he has a lot of lateral movement. He switches stances. He'll close the distance with some decent straight punches, rear uppercuts. He throws a lot of lead elbows, wide hooks. But, in close range, he throws a lot of stuff wide, which leads him very easily to be countered. He does throw decent front kicks, round kicks to the body, to the head. And he actually has some solid head movement at times. He'll duck under, he'll roll under with shots. And he kind of likes to use his slips to create openings for spinning back fists. He used to spin way too much, leave himself susceptible, but seemed to improve that a bit. He's a little bit more, aware of what to do in the cage, I guess. But he will still throw some athletic moves like flying knees, jumping kicks. And when he gets confident, he can start to flow, look decent. But he holds his hands low. He's very easy to hit. Throws everything wide in close range. I think fighters with good striking will definitely knock him out. I will give Mays credit, though, for his improvement on his takedown defense. He's gotten much better at seeing the shots coming, defending takedowns against the cage. He's good at, getting an overhook, creating space, throwing knees to the head, and decent elbows to the side of the head. He makes opponents pay for takedown attempts. He'll also counter with a pretty good Kimura. He was able to defend almost all the takedowns of Mo Usman, who's a strong wrestler, the brother of Kamaru. And Mays won't really shoot takedowns, but he has decent sweeps off his back. He'll take top position with the Kimura. And, he was able to use that to finish his last Dana White Contender Series opponent with ground and pound once he got on top. He has also, really improved his cardio. I have to give him some credit for his improvements. I still think he has a lot of work to do. I think better strikers will exploit his stand-up and knock him out. Fighters who can use their striking to set up takedowns will be able to grind him out. But he's a big guy. He's improving. He has 4 knockouts. And his one loss was due to the ground and pound loss on the Dana White Contender Series. And he lost another fight due to DQ. But for Ricardo Parasso, he's going to make his United States debut. And he's only fought once outside of Brazil, and it was his only loss. He fought in Ryzen. And he's 10-0. He hasn't fought the best competition, but his last 3 fights, he's at least seen a step up in terms of the record. But he's huge himself. He's 6'7", 265. I would almost guarantee this is the first time Mays is fighting a taller man. But Parasso's striking is not good. He uses a high guard. He tries to walk into range where he can grab a hold of you. He'll throw a jab or an overhand, try to fall into takedown shots or the clinch. He has fought some kickboxing fights against some guys that didn't look very good, and he was throwing some leg kicks, some jabs, some 1-2s, but slow, sloppy hands. He was letting the guys get inside of his reach and kind of land some nice shots, even though the guy wasn't very high level that he was fighting. But I think Mays has better striking. It's kind of hard to say 100%, but I think he does. And Parasso's wrestling looks bad. He shoots shots from way too far out. Opponents are able to easily see him coming because he doesn't set him up with his strikes. He is relentless. He won't quit trying to go for takedowns. You saw that in his fight in Ryzen. I could see Mays landing knees, elbows in the clinch, though. He doesn't look very strong physically. Fighters tend to kind of throw him around. And he will go for takedowns, and when he feels like he can't get it, he'll kind of just collapse his posture. So fighters will jump on top of him where he's comfortable off his back. He has a decent guard. You definitely have to respect his arm bars, his triangles. But really, he's a leg lock guy. He has a nice toe holds, heel hooks. He'll attack the legs frequently. And For me, though, he's much too complacent on his back. If he doesn't get the submission, he's losing the fight. And he also got beat up from his guard in his last fight against Ante Delija. He could never really seriously threaten him with the submission either. But he has 8 submissions. He has 2 TKOs from top position. And if he gets on top of Dontel Mays, it could be some trouble for him. But to me, Praso definitely needs a finish to win this fight. If it gets to the 3rd round, it could get ugly for both guys because their cardio is not really incredible. But this is a hard fight to call for me. But I'm going to pick Mays. I think he's the better striker, better movement. If he stays off his back, he'll land more, I think. And I think he's upped his cardio, his takedown defense enough to deal with someone low level like Praso. Praso could pull guard or get a submission if Mays is fighting kind of dumb, or something could happen where he could get a takedown right into a leg lock. I mean, who knows? But I think Mays could land some shots on top if he gets on top, especially if he passes the guard. But I wouldn't really risk it. Keep it standing, defend takedowns, and just try to take him out. But I'm going to say Mays via late finish or decision in this fight, but my pick's going to be Dontel Mays. And I'm actually have a pretty fun fight here. We got another guy training out of Rufus Sport, so him and Brendan Allen have both been training for this, but obviously a much smaller guy here in Osborn. And Armando Villareal, he enters this contest fresh off 3 wins in a row in LFA, and he's fought fighters with decent records. He's definitely fought the higher level competition, and he's going to be taking on Osborn. Ode's 7-2. He's won 3 in a row, and Osborn's athletic. He's much more a striker than a grappler, but he, his takedown defense, he hasn't really shored that up. His takedown defense to me is still not very good, but he's gotten better at attacking off his back with triangles. I think his last 2 or 3 wins in a row are via triangle, and he also, has gotten better at distance control in terms of he has good speed, and he's good at, landing a shot, leaning back, and then returning with another one. But he was kind of getting caught by fighters who could, kind of just time when he's going to lean back, throw more than one. And, also when you lean back like that, your feet are stationary, so fighters can get in on the legs or close the distance and land some shots. And, his kicks are really nice. I mean, if it stays on the feet, it's going to be more of a 50-50 fight, because I actually rate Armando on the feet also. Armando's kind of like a wrestler boxer. He has some heavy hands, and he's pretty good at, once again, start to get the fight to the ground. If you stand up, he'll start to start faking the takedowns, coming over the top of the big hooks, uppercuts. And, he's a powerhouse. He's going to be the guy that's going to be the bigger guy, in my opinion. He's going to be the more powerful guy. And, he seems like he has pretty good submission defense. He has a lot of pressure on top. He has good control, but he's not a big submission threat. He doesn't have the greatest ground and pound, but, he could just stay on guys and just win the rounds through that. On the feet, he's kind of like a brawler where he will have some fun moments with the feet where he can bang it out. But to me, I feel like his takedowns are going to be, just too good for Ode Osborn here. I think he's going to be able to get inside, close that distance, and I think he's going to be able to get it on those legs, take him down. And as long as he doesn't get triangled, which I don't think is extremely likely, I think Armando's going to get the win here. So the pick for me is going to be Armando Villareal to get I don't know if he's going to get a finish. I mean, I see a lot of decisions on this card, kind of like last week's, I guess. And I'm going to go with Armando via decision here. And I'm not sure. This is a really good fight. I mean, I actually really think both these guys are pretty good, man. Steven Regman, Antonio Arroyo. Arroyo, he's traded out of Jackson Week now, I believe. And Regman, he trains at Killer Bee Combat Sports. They're very close with the Mark Henry guys, Corey Anderson, all those guys. So they both have pretty good teammates. I know I saw he was cheered for Carl Roberson over the weekend. So, Regman's traded with some good guys. Arroyo's traded with some good guys. And both guys are great strikers. Arroyo, he's more of a mover. He fights long. He's super athletic. He's very fast in and out. And he kind of has a wide hands-down stance. Great kicks, nasty leg kicks, very fast body and head kicks, spinning kicks, jumping kicks. Very dynamic guy. He looks like he had no takedown defense or grappling early on, but in recent fights, he has nice takedowns himself, good timing on doubles, nice body locks. He had a really nice foot sweep in his fight on the Dana White Contender Series Brazil. And the only issue I would say is he's a bit open. He holds his hands low. He's hittable to the head and to the body. But he's an incredible athlete, man. Side kicks, nice long punches, good grappling, and I really feel he could be a good fighter in the UFC right now. And for Regman, he's also good. He's long. He walks his opponents down with a high guard, and he's a bit more traditional. He has nice long straight punches, tight hooks, really nasty counter hooks that could put fighters' lights out. And Arroyo needs to respect his power here for sure, because he'll rip the body with punches and he'll go up to the head. Nice step in knees, good head kicks, and when he finds his range, he flows effectively. He has fight-changing power. I think he has more power in his hands for sure. And he's going to need to get inside, get into boxing range, let off combinations. And I think if he catch Arroyo clean, he definitely could knock him out potentially. Regman has decent takedown to the clinch himself, but he isn't super active seeker of the takedown. I imagine this fight will mostly happen on the feet. I could see Arroyo going for takedowns, if anyone, but both these guys could fight in the UFC to me. This is a high-level fight, but I think Antonio Arroyo is dynamic, man. I really like the way this guy fights. I think that he has the potential to be kind of a special guy, maybe. I mean, I was really impressed when I saw his evolution and also, his athleticism, and just, I thought his last fight, he looked really phenomenal. I thought he looked really good, really fast, super athletic, good takedowns. I mean, he's starting to blend it all together. So, I'm going to go with Antonio Arroyo via third-round finish via TKO, but that's a great, great fight right there. That's a really good fight. And, like I said, our most confident pick of the night is going to be Brendan Allen. And for the parlay of the week, I would say to do Brendan Allen, Armando Villareal. And obviously, like always, I don't know the odds for these fights. So make sure to come back, check on this, video tomorrow. Check on it Tuesday. Whenever they put the odds out. And, I may change the parlay. I may add someone. I may do so. I don't know. But when I see the odds, I could kind of give a little bit better play there. But for now, that's going to be the play. Hopefully, there's some decent odds on that. And tomorrow I'm going to be putting out the video for the next UFC event, Leon Edwards vs. RDA, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. And, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we can keep this streak going on the Contender Series, man. I've been really good with this year, last year. I really enjoy watching these cards. They're fun to watch. So hopefully we can keep the run going on the Dana White Contender Series and, make some more money. But, let's have some fun watching these fights.